The dust settles where the copper used to shine. Every shadow finds its place along the line. A hollow bell rings out across the gray, watching all the heavy pieces float away. The stillness is a harvest I can keep, while the city and the ghosts begin to sleep. A single ivory hammer strikes the cold, telling stories that have grown too tired and old. The trumpet blurred like ink inside the rain, washing out the final edges of the pain. No more frantic searching for a sign, just the quiet curve of everything divine. I hear the velvet breath within the air, a nameless song that lingers everywhere. The dust settles where the copper used to shine. Every shadow finds its place along the line. A hollow bell rings out across the gray, watching all the heavy pieces float away. The stillness is a harvest I can keep, while the city and the ghosts begin to sleep. The rain hums a low goodbye underneath the pale and washed out sky. The film is flickering and losing all its light, folding back the edges of the night. There is no bitterness within this glass, only watching all the seasons choose to cast. A silver thread of sound begins to rise, soft as salt behind a pair of weary eyes. The dust settles where the copper used to shine. Every shadow finds its place along the line. A hollow bell rings out across the gray, watching all the heavy pieces float away. The stillness is a harvest I can't keep, while the city and the ghosts begin to sleep. The street lamp leans its amber weight against the glass, watching ghosts of cigarettes and hours slowly pass. I trace the outline of your profile on a dusty sill, Plan a map of every promise that we failed to fill. The kettle hums a low vibration in the vacant hall, where silhouettes of us are still dancing on the wall. I reach for where the mattress holds the shape of you. The midnight sky is bleeding in a bruised and heavy blue. The clock is ticking like a hammer on a rusty nail, while every memory of us begins to flicker and turn pale. The wine is sour and the candles are all gutter low. I'll make it to the places that you said we'd never go. It's a hollow kind of quiet that follows in your wake, the kind of heavy stillness that our heart is forced to take. I am counting up the miles and the years we threw away, wrapped in the tattered fabric of a long forgotten day. Writing frantic letters on the roof tonight. I'm searching for your signal in the fading city light. You were the silver lining on a cold and jagged edge. Now I'm just a lonely tenant on this narrow window ledge. Smell of cedar and your jacket lingers in the air, a bitter sort of comfort that I'm far too tired to bear. I reach for where the mattress holds the shape of you, the moonlight sky. It's bleeding in a bruised and heavy blue. The clock is ticking like a hammer on a rusted nail, while every memory of us begins to flicker and turn pale. The wine is sour and the candles are all gutter low. I'm anchored to the places that you said we'd never go. It's a hollow kind of quiet that follows in your wake, the kind of heavy stillness that a heart is forced to take. I am counting up the miles and the years we threw away, wrapped in the tattered fabric of a long forgotten day. Silver beads trace the glass in a slow descent, tapping out a secret code against a wooden frame. The kettle hums a low tune of soft intent while the heavy sky forgets to speak your name. I watch the clouds surrender their way to the leaves, giving the garden a reason to lean in inside. The rug pulled close to the edge of the cooling stones, a wool blanket draped like a shield across our knees. We are marrow and breath in the marrow of our bones, far from the reach of the shaking willow trees. Let the gutter swallow the overflow of the afternoon, while the porch boards swell with the damp of the day. But inside the air is still, and the wick is bright, turning the grayish horizons to glow within this hall. We have stolen a piece of the sun for the night, watching the shadows stretch and climb along the wall. Let the deluge wash the dust from the empty old. We are anchored here beneath the heavy shingle road. The clock on the mantle is the only pulse we need, counting the moments the storm has decided to spare. There is no harvest left and there's no scattered seed, only the scent of cedar and the way you braid your hair. The world is a blurred painting behind a watery veil, but the floorboards are dry and the iron bolt is fast. The tea has grown dark and the scene has gone to rest. You turn the page of a book that I have already known. A sparrow is huddling deep in a hidden nest, but we have a kingdom that we have carved alone. The thunder's just a low growl from a tired dog, sleeping somewhere beyond the edge of the clearing. The dripping tap plays a cadence on the porcelain rim, a soft, steady rhythm that marks the passing tide. The light in the kitchen is growing faint and dim, folding us into a peace we had kept inside. Inside the air is still and the wick is bright, turning the growing horizon to a glow within this hall. They have stolen a piece of the sun for the night, watching the shadows stretch and climb along the wall. Like the deluge wash dust from the empty road, we are anchored here beneath the heavy shingle. Yes, the air is still and the wick is burning bright, turning the gray. The amber grass is leaning where the valley meets the sky, a tapestry of clover where the lowland plovers fly. I trace the spine of ridges etched in ancient shades of jade, and find a seed of moss within the willow's woven shade. To do is holding secrets on the surface of a leaf, a temporary treasure that is beautiful and brief. The kettle hums a melody against the cedar wall, while shadows stretch like giants as the early embers fall. I watch the fog receding from the silver of the lark, before the sleeping orchard has a reason to awake. There is no clock to measure how her light begins to pour across the sanded floorboards, through the open garden door. The hills are breathing slowly underneath a heavy sun. 1,000 miles of stillness and the race is finally done. I let the clockwork vanish as the clouds begin to drift, to find the simple wonder in the center of the gift. The quiet is a garden where a soul can learn to bloom, with nothing but the stillness in the corners of the room. The hills are broken slowly underneath the heavy sun. 1,000 miles of dimness and the race is finally done. I let the clockwork vanish as the clouds begin to drift, to find the simple wonder in the center of the gift. The quiet is a garden where the soul can learn to bloom, with nothing but the stillness in the corners of the room. The seasons turn their pages with a steady, patient hand, from the burning of the harvest to the white and frozen land. I see the oak tree stripping for the winter's long repose, a cycle of the spirit that the wild meadow knows. There is a grace in waiting for the sap to start to rise beneath the vast cathedral of a wide and open skies. I gather up the silence like a harvesting bin, and close the latch to keep the frantic city noise from in. The tea is getting cooler, but the heart is growing bright, reflecting all the kindness of the dying copper light. No longer chasing shadows or the ghosts of what I need, content to be a sapling from a deeply buried seed. The hills are breathing slowly underneath the heavy sun. 1,000 miles of stillness and races find me done. I let the clockwork vanish as the clouds begin to drift, to find the simple wonder in the center of the gift. The quiet is a garden where the soul can learn to bloom, with nothing but the stillness in the corners of the room. The hills are breathing slowly underneath the heavy sun. 1,000 miles of stillness and races finally done. I let the clockwork vanish as the clouds begin to drift, to find the simple wonder in the center of a gift. Then needle drops on a dusty spinning plate. Shadows lengthen across the checkered board floor. Hand in hand we let the evening hesitate, leaving every heavy burden at the door. Your silk gown brushes the velvet of the air. As the gramophone hums a melody of gold, there is a gentle grace in the way you wear, a promise that we'll never grow tired or old. Candlelight trembles against the window pane. We are drifting through a sea of quiet times. Forget the rush and cold November rain. Here is where the purest kind of peace resides. I find my compass in the curvature of your smile, a steady map through the seasons yet to come. We could linger in this parlor for a while, where the heartbeat is the only beating drum. We are waltzing through a gallery of stars, bound by the gravity of a simple ring, healing all the jagged edges and the scars, with the radiant comfort that your glances bring. It is a vintage dream in a modern frame, a devotion etched in silver and in light. I only need the mention of your name to guide me through the deepest reach of night. Letters folded in a cedar chest speak of a fire that refuses to burn low. In your quiet strength I find my final rest, watching the garden embers start to glow. Time is a river, but we are the solid shore, rooted in the sweetness of a morning kiss. I have never asked the universe for more than a lifetime held in harmony like this. We are waltzing through a gallery of stars, bound by the gravity of a simple and the scars, with the radiant comfort that your glances bring. It is a vintage dream in a modern frame, a devotion etched in silver and in light. I only need the mention of your name to guide me through the deepest reach of night. The dust settles on the winter quilt where your shadow used to lean. The clock ticks like a silver guild in a house that turns so clean. I trace the hollow in the sheet, began to fade, and every stranger on the street is a ghost you might have made. Love is a coin we threw in the well, deep where the water is dark and still. Broken words are the hardest to spell when the wind climbs up the hill. I am holding the edge of a jagged prayer, searching for a trace of you in the air. The ink runs dry on the morning page, the birds have forgotten their song. I am a bird in a golden cage where the nights are cruel and long. It is not the falling that breaks the bone, but the way the ground feels when you are alone. The coffee stains out a map of years, leading nowhere but the door. I have run out of salt for these tears. I cannot feel the ache anymore. The moon is a pale and sightless eye, watching the candles burn down low. I never learned how to say goodbye, or where the quiet stories go. The stars are just haze in a velvet sky, to let the angel lights before. Will I need to wonder why I am still reaching out for you? Love is a coin we throw in the well, deep where the water is dark and still. Broken words are the hardest to spell when the wind climbs up the hill. I am holding the edge of a jagged thread, searching for a trace of you in the air. Silver spills across the unmade sheets, tracing contours where the shadows fall. We breathe the scent of jasmine tea, while every clock forgets its rhythmic home. The window frame becomes a sacred gate to worlds that only slumbering eyes can claim. We linger in this hushed and velvet state, beyond the reach of memory or name. The gravity of daylight starts to thin as gravity of touch begins its reign. Your pulse is just a flutter on my skin, a quiet tide that washes out the pain. Moonlight weaving threads through tangled hair. In this ocean made of linen and of grace, we are ghosts within the cool and midnight air. Lost inside the curvature of space, let the constellations pale and slowly drift. Now the universe is narrowed to your palm. Every navy veil begins to lift in this vast and incandescent calm. The garden down below is drenched in blue, where sleeping petals catch the falling glow. I find a hidden architecture in you, your map of places only dreamers know. Words are far too clumsy for this heart, so we speak in shivers and in slow release. Bathed in the reflection of the light, we find a temporary shot of peace. The gravity of daylight starts to thin as gravity of touch begins its name. Your pulse is just a flutter on my kin, a quiet tide that washes out the pain. Moonlight waving threads through tangled hair. In this ocean made of linen and of grace, we are ghosts within the cool and midnight air. Lost inside curvature of space, like the constellations pale and slowly drift, while the universe is narrowed to your palm. And the heavy veil begins to lift in this vast and incandescent calm. Moonlight weaving threads through tangled hair. In an ocean made of linen and of grace, we are ghosts within the cool and midnight air. Lost inside the culture of grace, let the constellations pale and slowly drift, while the universe is now to your palm. Every heavy veil begins to lift in this vast and incandescent calm. The tide recedes like a breath held tight, salt air cutting through the silver light. You lean against the jagged stone, a king without a veil from my footprints vanish in the churning silt. Between the pulse and the sudden guilt, the lighthouse eye swings wide and blind, leaving the wreckage of the truth behind. This gravity is a sharp-edged blade, a frantic death that is never paid. We collide where the cliff drops sheer, trading the safety for the jagged fear. Every glance is a loaded gun to frantic ghosts on a midnight run. If the dark is a trap, then open, let the high stakes longing finally win. We track the horizon with a cold design, tracing the curve of a phantom line. There is venom in the way you smile, measuring the distance of a final mile. The breakers crash with a hollow sound, deep where the heavy copper keys are found. I see the blueprint in your narrowed gaze, a map leading out of this coastal haze. The water shivers like a broken glass, waiting for the violent storm to pass. A jagged arc in the velvet sky, the only witness to the honest lie. This gravity is a short-edged blade, a frantic death that is never paid. We go out where the cliff drops sheer, tread as safety for the jagged fear. Every glance is a loaded gun to antique ghosts on a midnight run. If the dark is a trap, then broken, let the high stakes longing finally win. Into the shale where the currents moan, we built a temple out of heavy bone. Don't ask the current for a way to breathe, just feel the iron in the swell beneath. The dock is rotting and the cables frayed, but we were never meant for the light of day. This gravity is a sharp-edged blade, a frantic death that is never paid. We collide where the cliff drops sheer, trading the safety for the jagged sea. Every glance is a loaded gun to frantic ghosts on a midnight run. At the dark in the trap, then open, let the high stake longing finally win. This gravity is a sharp-edged blade, a frantic death that is never paid. We cry where the cliff drops sheer, train the safety for the jagged fear. Every glance is a loaded gun to frantic ghosts on midnight run. If the dark is a trap, then pull the pin, the high stakes longing finally win. The floorboards creak under the weight of an old ghost, keeping count of the hours that I burn the most, tracing the jagged outlines where the light won't go. watching the dust settle on everything we used to know. I am a steady hand on a rusted iron gate, locked in a silent battle with a heavy slate. The horizon is swallowing the remaining blue. A curtain of charcoal is falling over you. The pressure is climbing against my hollow ribs, tearing the anchors from the sunken ship. This is the moment where the sky turns to lead. Every frantic thought inside my shaking head is a hammer striking on a cold planet of stone. I will not leave this battlefield alone. Let the dam shatter and the valley fill deep. The promises were words too exhausted to keep, all washing away in the salt and the spray at the final edge of a long and bitter day. You stand there like a statue in a pouring rain, while I try to find the vocabulary for this pain. Your silhouette is a hole cut out of the dark, searching for the fuel to catch a dying spark. The air is thick with the scent of ozone and pine, waiting for the crossing of a desperate line. The horizon is swallowing the remaining blue. A curtain of charcoal is falling over you. The pressure is climbing against my hollow ribs, tearing the anchors from the sunken ship. This is the moment where the sky turns to lead. Every fright thought inside my shaking head is the hammer striking on a cold granite stone. I will not leave this battlefield alone. Let the dam shatter in the valley fill deep. The kind of street we worked, we're exhausted to keep, are washing away in a shot and a spray at the final edge of a long and bitter day. There is no shelter in the center of the gale, no logic in the way the strongest spirits fail. I am clawing at the gravity that pulls us down, trying to breathe before the heavy waters drown. Every secret regarded is coming to the light in the electric heat of this magnificent fire. This is the moment where the sky turns to lead. Every final thought inside my shaking head is a hammer striking on a cold granite stone. I will not leave this battlefield alone. At the dam shattered and anything deep, the promises we were too exhausted to keep, all washing away in the salt and the spray at the far edge of a long and bitter day. This is the moment where the sky turns to lead. Every frantic thought inside my shaking head is a hammer striking on a cold granite stone. I will not leave this battlefield alone. The dam shattered and the valley fills deep. The promises we were too exhausted to keep are washing away in the salt and the spray at the final edge of a long and bitter day. The dust hangs frozen in a shaft of fading light across the floor where we had mapped our separate orbits. I watch the way you fold that letter in your palm, a paper shield against the questions in the air. The clock is ticking but the gears are grinding slow, counting out the distance that we will not bridge. The floorboards hold their breath beneath our heavy feet, waiting for a crack to let the truth spill out. Every ghost of every word I meant to say is choking on the stillness of this hollow square. I am reaching out with hands you cannot see, stripping off the armor, piece by jagged piece. The science is on and I am at the base, looking for a way to tell you that I stay. My eyes are begging for a sign to start the fire before the winter settles in this quiet place. You tilt your head and catch the reflection in the pain, a double image of a life we almost shared. The fabric of your coat is rough against the chair. I memorized the pattern like a sacred map. One single step would break the spell of this restraint, but I'm rooted in the shadow of my doubt. The floorboards hold their breath beneath our heavy feet, waiting for your crack to let the truth spill out. Every ghost of every word I meant to say is choking on the stillness of this hollow square. I am reaching out with hands you cannot see, stripping off the armor, piece by jagged piece. The silence is a mountain, and I am at the base, looking for a way to tell you that I stay. My eyes are begging for a sign to start the fire before the winter settles in this quiet place. The silver grain dissolves across the black, a map of places we can never claim. I trace the cold trajectory of light and wonder if the vacuum knows your name. The dust of all the worlds is in my marrow, a heavy debt to stars that long since died. I stand upon this spinning bead of glass, with nowhere left for quiet souls to hide. The pull of gravity is just a phantom, a tear made of memory and clay. I feel the distance stretching like a fever as every solar system drifts away. There is a hollow where the light goes missing, a silent kingdom built of frozen years. I am the pilot of a lonely vessel, navigating tides of crystal tears. The galaxy is wider than my longing, a velvet canvas for a dying spark. We are the only warmth the heavens offer, two embers glowing in the endless dark. Constellations shift their jagged borders, while ancient giants burn through ash and gold. I gather up the silence you discarded to keep away the universal cold. Time is an ocean leaking through the bulkheads, a slow erosion of the things we knew. I trade the fire of every rising nebula for one small window looking back at you. The pull of gravity is just a phantom, a tether made of memory and clay. I feel the distance stretching like a fever as every solar system drifts away. There is a hollow where the light goes missing, a silent kingdom built of frozen years. I am the pilot of a lonely vessel, navigating tides of crystal tears. The galaxy is wider than my longing, a velvet canvas for a dying spark. We are the only warmth the heavens offer, two embers glowing in the endless dark. There is a hollow where the light goes missing, a silent kingdom built of frozen years. I am the pilot of a lonely vessel, navigating tides of crystal tears. The galaxy is wider than my longing, the velvet canvas for a dying spark. We are the only warmth the heavens offer, new embers glowing in the endless dark. La pluie dessine des idées nacre sur le pavé noir. L'ombre des passants s'étire dans le reflet d'un soir. Le silence s'installe au creux des avenues désertes. Les vitrines dorment, mais nos mémoires restent ouvertes. Tes pas s'effacent déjà dans le brouillard de l'instant. On court après les heures comme des enfants perdus au vent. Les zingues du comptoir gardent la chaleur de tes mains lasses. Une dernière vapeur s'échappe et le temps nous dépasse. Le serveur mange les chaises dans un fracas de solitude. On s'habitue à l'absence par simple force d'habitude. Les lampadaires oscillent sous le poids de la brume. Nos cœurs sont des vieux livres dont on tourne les volumes. C'est cette mélancolie qui nous colle à la peau, un parfum de jadis qui coule comme un ruisseau. Sous l'éclat des lanternes, la ville devient mirage. On cherche un port d'attache au milieu du naufrage. Tout ce qui nous reste est une trace de velours, le regret des départs au détour d'un nouveau jour. Le reflet des enseignes tremble sur les pierres humides. On peuple nos insomnies de quelques songes lucides. Ta voix n'est plus qu'un frisson dans le creux du passage, un souvenir gravé sur un mur sans aucun âge. Les rideaux de fer tombent sur nos désirs enfouis. On se perd volontiers dans les méandres de l'ennui. C'est cette mélancolie qui nous colle à la peau, un parfum de jadis qui coule comme un ruisseau. Sous l'éclat des lanternes, la ville devient mirage. On cherche un port d'attache au milieu du naufrage. Tout ce qui reste est une trace de velours, le regret des départs au détour d'un nouveau jour. C'est cette mélancolie qui nous colle à la peau, un parfum de jadis qui coule comme un nouveau jour. Dust drifting through the silver hollow, a silent curve where the heavy orbits bend. I watch the light grow thin and hard to follow, a map of places where the circles never end. Gravity is pulling at the hem of my coat, while the giant clocks are grinding down to sand. Ancient sparks are frozen in the ceiling, tied to the strings that we can never see. There is a strange and cold and sudden feeling that you are breathing in the dark across from me. Distance is a ghost that has no meaning when every atom is a lock without a key. A deep and velvet cradle keeps on turning, the fabric stretches out into the grave. 1,000 million lanterns keep on burning to catch the pieces that have fallen far away. We are the pulse inside the engine of the morning, the glowing embers of a long and endless day. sadness is a heavy kind of water. The silence is a billow that will not ring. Every son and every searching daughter is part of every jagged middle thing. The center holds us tighter than a promise, while the constellations pull the heavy string. Floating where the shadows have no edges, the center of the clock has come undone. Walking on the thin and narrow ledges between the dying and the rising of the sun. I find your heartbeat in the empty places where the many rivers narrow into one. The cold is not a wall but a beginning. The void is just a room without a door. The planet is a golden top that's spinning across the polished and the ancient floor. The deep and velvet cradle keeps on turning. The fabric stretches out in solid gray. 1,000,000,000 lanterns keep on burning. Decks of pieces that are falling far away. We on the pulse inside the engine of the morning. The glowing embers are light in the stage. The deep and velvet cradle keeps on turning. The fabric stretches out into the gray. 1,000,000,000 lanterns keep on burning. To catch the pieces that are falling far away. We are the pulse inside the engine of the morning. The glowing embers will all you never stay. Asphalt skin reflects a fractured silver glare. A static heat is rising through the heavy air. I grip the wheel like it's a phantom's cooling hand to navigate the veins across this hollow land. Street lamps bend in arcs of artificial gold. A story in the concrete waiting to be told. The skyline pivots on a rusted iron hinge. The darkness bleeding with a violet-colored fringe. I chase the shadows till they vanish in the glass, watching the ghosts of all the weary travelers pass. No map is needed when the pulse begins to climb. I'm carving out a tunnel through the heart of time. The feathers of the soul. Gravity is losing every fragment of control. The illumination smears into a long and jagged streak. Beyond jagged summits that the lonely seeker seek. I am the motion surging through the cooling deep, while all the heavy-hearted cities fall to sleep. Pulling at the fingers of the soul. Gravity is losing every fragment of control. The luminous that spears into a long and jagged streak. Beyond jagged thunder that the lonely seeker seek. I am a motion surging through the cooling deep, while all the heavy old cities fall to sleep. The engine breathes a low and steady hollow prayer, dispersing every burden to the midnight flare. I'm untethered from the anchors of the day, watching the heavy structure simply melt away. There is a grace in how the distance starts to burn, past the point of no arrival or return. The signal flashes like a dying desert spark, igniting silhouettes that flicker in the dark. I wear the silence like a tailored suit of rain, to wash away the friction in the phantom pain. Each glowing milestone is a trophy I can't claim. The wind is whispering a new and nameless name. The horizon is a wide stretched across the night, stained with the residue of artificial light. I lean into the curve where physics starts to sway, dismissed in every doubt the sun would bring my way. Those tired traders writing poems on the lane, a singular obsession flowing through the vein. Velvet currents pulling at the fenders of the soul. Gravity is losing every fragment of control. The human license spheres that swim along in jagged streak. Beyond the jagged summit's depth, the lonely seekers seek. I am the motion surging through the cooling deep, while all the heavy-hearted cities fall to sleep. Velvet currents pulling at the fenders of the soul. Gravity is losing a fragment of control. The luminescence merging to a long and jagged streak. Beyond the jagged summit without the only seeker seek. I am the motion surging through the cooling deep, while all the heavy-hearted seas fall to sleep. Sleep. Silver screen on the sidewalk reflects a hollow sky, each footprint filled with the dust of a decade moving by. I watch the street lamps flicker in the shallow pools of gold, tracing the edges of a story that remains untold. The stillness of the concrete breeds a heavy kind of frost, counting every second in the silence of the stars. A distant siren wails through the canyons of the glass, searching for the ghosts of every season meant to pass. I lean against the cold metal of a bridge that leads nowhere, catching the scent of rain hanging heavy in the air. Your voice is just a frequency vibrating through the wire, a faint spark remaining from a long extinguished fire. The hours are dissolving like salt into the grave, shading me a cage of a vanishing maid. We are leaning into the curve of the fading light, wrapped in the velvet tension of the coming night. Time is a quiet thief moving through the hall, leaving only the shadows stretched against the wall. The clock faces the pale moon staring from the height, dividing the dark from the fragments of the white. We are suspended in the pause between the breaths, walking a tightrope over all these little deaths. No words can fill the distance where the gravity fails, just the wind catching the ghost of our tattered sails. The traffic flows in rivers of red and steady white, bleeding through the grid of the city's sudden fright. find your name etched in the frost upon the pane, written in a language that the clouds cannot explain. The architecture of the heart is built on shifting sand, slipping through the hollow of an open reaching hand. Sunlight retreats to the corners of the vacant square, leaving the chill of the evening hanging in your hair. The mirror stores the creases of the years we tried to have, shining the motion of the world into a shining tide. We are the pulse of a machine that forgot fell asleep, guarding the secrets that the ticking minutes keep. The hours are dissolving like salt into the grave, chasing the wreckage of a vanishing day. We are in to the curve of the fading light, wrapped in the velvet tension of the coming night. Time is a quiet key moving through the hall, leaving only the shadows stretched against the wall.